guys, so I'm going to be doing my okay, so today I'm doing makeup that looks like you're not wearing makeup. So that means that what that means is that you want to go out and look really great, but you don't want to look like you're wearing makeup, and that's totally fine. I feel like a lot of girls get this kind of persona that like, oh, guys hate it when girls wear makeup, so I'm not gonna do it, blah blah blah. But then you still feel like self-conscious about going out barefaced, and that's fine. That's totally fine. If you want to put on makeup, I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but first of all, if you want to wear makeup, don't care what anyone thinks. Wear makeup. But if you want to look more, like I just woke up this way type of thing, then here are some good tricks that I've picked up in different ways that you can make everything a little bit more subtle. So yeah, if you want to do this, then keep watching. If not, then that's okay. Yeah, so my hair looks terrible, but I'm going to do it later. I'm just going to do this for a tutorial. So what you want to do first is have a great skincare routine. Make sure your skin doesn't have as much, try and minimize your imperfections as much as possible. I'll have a link to my skincare routine right here. It's helped me tremendously, and I don't know what I would do without it. My skin would be terrible without it. In the wintertime, even I who have oily skin, your skin tends to get dry. So I'm sorry if I sound disgusting, I'm congested, I'm a little sick. But anyway, so what you want to do is you want to keep your skin as moisturized as possible. So I'm constantly spraying stuff on my face. Everything I do is with an added moisture. So what I'm putting on first is the Stila One Step Correct, and that's just my primer. And I'm actually using two primers. But this one, I'm going to focus, since it's a little bit more of a creamier, lotiony type of thing, I'm going to put it where I'm more dry. That's going to be my cheeks, definitely my chin, yeah, and that's pretty much all. Maybe a little bit here, not too much. The tip of my nose gets dry, but my nose is oily, which is weird. So that, and then for my kind of T-zone right here, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Complexion Primer Potion. This is just going to help minimize oil. I know they have the De-Slick. That came out after I got this, and I still like this. This is probably even too much, but whatever. So just on my T-zone. And it's going to help reduce oil. I know MAC has a really good one. Their Pore Perfecting, whatever it is, pore minimizer. But I ran out of that, but I really like that. Okay. So while that sinks in, I'm going to just I'm not going to put any makeup on my eyes. I am just going to put some primer. Sorry if I'm looking past the camera. It's where my mirror is. I'm just going to blend it in. If you want to add some eyeshadow, that's fine, and you just want to do this more of your face not looking like a pancake, that's fine also. So you can add whatever eye makeup you want, but I'm just going to do this. And I'm adding Painterly Paint Pot from MAC, and this is just going to reduce any redness or hide any gross veins I have. You can use a concealer for this. I just really love this thing. There's that. And now that's sunk in a little bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the foundation that I'm going to be using. I'm doing this for, if you don't need a lot of coverage, you can use a tinted moisturizer, that's fine, but I'm using this more to show people who need full coverage. So what I'm using is the Dream Smooth Mousse by Maybelline, and this is in nude beige, whatever. So yeah, what I'm going to do, comes up like this. It's pretty, I think it does a great job of hiding a lot of things. I don't even need a lot of concealer afterwards. And I use a dual fiber stippling brush. What's my time? Okay. And what I do is I actually take my MAC Fix Plus and I spray this. And this will really help lock in moisture and help this foundation go on a little bit smoother than it normally does. So yeah, I'm just going to get some on there. A little bit goes a long way, I find. I'm just going to stipple it on my cheek and my chin, and then just kind of go back and blend it in. It does a great job at hiding a lot of flaws that you may have. My problem areas are more my chin area right here. Sometimes like around this time I'll get like some stuff up my forehead, but I've been pretty good lately, knock on wood. Okay, so once you have the coverage that you want, make sure your hands are clean. And what you're going to do is you're going to rub this in onto your skin because the heat from your hands is going to melt the product. If there's any streakiness or cakiness, it's going to melt it and help it blend more in. So I'm just going to kind of start at my nose and blend in. Be very careful around your eye area. But yeah, just almost as if you're applying moisturizer or a cleanser. And feel free to keep going back over because the friction is going to add more heat. And especially around this area, I always get very like cakey and gross. You can take your concealer now. I use my fingers. Again, I know some people are like, no fingers, blah, blah, but whatever. Just apply where you normally would. I'll do some underneath my eyes to brighten it up. One trick I learned was to kind of go down in a triangle, this area, and it'll brighten up your skin. But I don't like to use too much because I don't want it to cake or anything. Next thing I find is a really big key to helping out make this more very natural looking, and that is powder. I know some think powder doesn't really work, but it does. And I use the Physicians Formula Healthy Wear, or I'll use my MAC MSF. This is in translucent medium, I think it is. And I use a sponge like this. And what I do is I just get some product on, and then I'll tap off any extra. I really like a sponge for this. And then you kind of just tap it over where you have product, and especially where you're going to get oily. But this will definitely add more of a natural. If you're really pressing it in, a brush will put a lot of product on your face. What also helps, you can't get this wet, but with a baked powder like MSF, you can wet your sponge or wet your brush, and then that'll help really make things a little bit more natural. Now we have this really like natural looking skin. It feels very healthy, very fresh. When you touch it, it doesn't feel like you're wearing makeup. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, what am I going to do now? Okay, I'm going to add some bronzer, nothing too shimmer or anything. This is Hoola bronzer, very lightly. This is just to add some dimension, and just very lightly, like up near cheekbones. Nothing where anyone would look at me and be like, "Whoa, what the heck is she wearing on her face?" It's just enough to make it look like you look naturally awesome. And then for blush, something very neutral also. I'm going to be using this NYX blush, and it's in Nutmeg. It's kind of looks like Gingerly blush by MAC. Again, very, very light hand with this. So just kind of dust onto the apples of your cheeks. Nothing too terrible. Kind of just looks like you naturally have flushed cheeks, or you can go out in the cold weather. That's always great and will work. Right, so then what I like to do for mascara wise, I like to use a brown mascara. I know some people might not like that, whatever. If you don't feel comfortable using one, that's fine. They have brown black, which is a little bit less intense than black, and kind of just makes it look natural. So this is the Lash Blast Fusion by CoverGirl. It's in brown. And there you have it. Yeah, so you can then set it with Fix Plus, which I'm going to do, which isn't a setting spray. It's not going to make it last longer, but it's going to help kind of take away any cakiness that you may have, which we won't because we made sure we didn't, but just kind of also moisturize the skin a little bit more, and if you need to during the day, it's kind of blah blah blah, freshness, great. Ooh, feels so good. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys take some of these tips. I'm like looking washed out by the natural light, and that's kind of sad. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys use these tips. They really help me out. I've, kind of collected them from like different gurus and stuff and kind of put them together to make my own little routine. So yeah, stay tuned for some more videos coming up, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.